Samuel Rourke felt the Wyoming wind cut sharper than ever as he opened the letter that would quietly change his life, though he did not know it yet. 9 months had passed since fever had taken his wife Clara, leaving his cabin silent, and his daughter Emily without a mother's arms, and the loneliness had driven him gently but firmly toward the pastor's suggestion of a mail-order bride. He had written an honest letter, no promises of wealth or romance, only the truth of a widower with a ranch to keep alive, and a little girl who needed more warmth than one man could provide, and 4 weeks. No reply came until at last a neatly folded envelope arrived from a woman named Maren Holt. Her words were kind, timid, and unexpectedly brave, but one line struck him hardest. "I have been rejected before, men say. I am too large. If that matters to you, please say so now." Samuel reread that sentence more times than he cared to admit, feeling a tightness in his chest, not of judgment, but of sorrow for anyone made to feel unworthy of a home. And he immediately wrote back that she was welcome. He cared far more for character than size. 2 weeks later, the stagecoach arrived in a swirl of dust, and from it stepped a tall, soft-figured woman in a deep green dress, her cheeks rosy and her eyes carrying both hope and fear. When their eyes met, she braced, as though waiting for disappointment, but Samuel stepped forward, a hat in hand, his voice steady as he greeted her. "I'm glad you're here," and meant it. Emily peeked out shyly, asking if Maren was really going to be her new mama, and when Maren knelt and said, "Only if you want me to be," the girl hugged her and admitted she smelled like vanilla cookies. During the first genuine laugh Samuel had heard in his home for months. As they rode the wagon home, Maren tried to sit carefully, clearly worried her weight, strained the seat until Samuel reassured her gently. "You're safe. This wagon's hauled heavier than me." And she relaxed, surprised by the kindness. In the days that followed, she moved through the house with soft determination, cooking carefully, tidying, helping Emily with her hair, placing wildflowers on the table, and humming little melodies that made the cabin feel alive again. Though Samuel also noticed her hesitations, how she avoided mirrors, how she picked at her meals, how she flinched whenever affection came too swiftly. One evening he found her sitting alone on the porch beneath the stars, her shoulders tight, and when he asked what troubled her, she confessed with trembling voice that she feared disappointing him because so many men before had rejected her for being too much, laughing at her letters or telling her she was unworthy of marriage. Pain burned in Samuel's chest that anyone had made her believe such a thing, and he told her simply those men were fools, before taking her hand gently, letting her see in his eyes the sincerity he couldn't fully speak. She tried to turn away, convinced he was pretending, but he told her all the ways she had brought warmth and steadiness to his home. Emily adored her, how her presence eased a grief that had seemed permanent, and then he added softly, "If you're asking whether I see beauty in you, I do." Words that made tears fill her eyes, because no one had said them without cruelty. When she asked what he had meant in his last letter about having something to offer in person, he took a steady breath and told her he wanted more than a contract. He wanted to offer her a real home, one built on choice and kindness rather than necessity, asking her if she wished to marry him, not out of pity or loneliness, but because he believed they could build something honest together. Her tears fell freely then, the kind that come from wounds finally given space to heal, and she whispered that no one had ever seen her the way he did. When he brushed her tears with his thumb, she didn't pull away, and under the wide, "Wyoming na," she said. Yes, not timidly, but with the quiet strength of a woman finally choosing her own happiness. Samuel leaned close, not to claim her, but to share a moment of closeness she welcomed. And for the first time since Clara's death, his heart felt not guilty or heavy, but hopeful. Their challenges were not gone, and their lives ahead were uncertain. But the cabin glowed that night with more than lamplight. It glowed with newfound warmth, the kind lonely souls create when they finally find in each other a place to belong.